Hey, how's it going? Today's 30th of December. I'm taking a look at some of those press releases and everything what's happening. I'm trying to bring my understanding, perhaps with all the news and everything what's happening. We almost had the new year, by the way, but it's time to have fun and celebrate. Myself, I'm reading some of those articles, and I thought might as well share that information with others. In this video, that perhaps it's just a quick one. I have made an offer to a profound actor within the UK, so perhaps he might be interested in joining this project. I guess it was a kind of great experience, I guess. As well as I have taken a look at some of those projects. So that one was completed by General Dynamics, a parent company within US, and there's another company called General Dynamics UK, and they got a contract in manufacturing of tanks, right? And some of the milestones that they have made, I guess, when it comes to 20,000 kilometers achieved within, from what I understood, within Europe, right? So it's great, some of those projects there. And within the studio, let's take a look at Ukrainian pilot learning, fly F-16 fighter jets after completing basic training in the UK. UK has provided basic training to Ukrainian combat air pilots and contributed to the International Air Force Capabilities Coalition for Ukraine. And it was released on 26th, so 4 days ago. Let's try to understand a little bit better. The first cohort of Ukrainian pilots to receive training from the Royal Air Force, now learning to fly F-16 fighter jets in Denmark, having completed basic programs of training in UK. I don't know what generation are F-16s. There might be where they are on the scale. The most cutting edge technology, or not necessarily, right? The area of begin delivering flying and English language training in August as part of the. Oh, okay, so they begin training on language. Perhaps all the information might be all books and basic training might be everything done in English language as a part of UK's contribution to the International Air Force Capabilities Coalition for Ukraine, which sees allies as partner working together to bolster Ukraine's air capabilities. The group was formed of six experienced Ukraine's combat fighter pilots who receive aviation-specific English language training, increase their ability to engage with coalition training and support. Further, the Ukraine trainee pilots took part in the language training and remain in the UK to continue with the practical basic flight training, as well as learning important skills such as aviation medicine and centrifuge training. The program is designed to give trainee pilots the skills required to advance in the next phase of training or fighter jets with the partner nations and or bringing future Ukraine pilots closer to NATO standards approach to flying. Pilots undergoing the basic flight training scheme and conducting particular lessons in group tutor aircraft with experienced RAF instructors, learning general handling procedures of instrument flying, medium and low navigation, and formation flying. So perhaps there's different courses, right? So there would be ones that I have mentioned. There would be 3 or 4 BIOS courses, right? Alongside the pilot training, dozens of Ukrainian aircraft technicians are also receiving English language training geared towards engineering. Great, great. That would be very important in overall engineering and perhaps our understanding of it because it can be a very hard thing to teach. Structure most likely is completely different. Once they have completed the training with RAF, pilots will be trained by another European nation on advanced flying training. This will prepare them for training on F-16s, fighting Falcon aircraft overseen by Denmark, the Netherlands, and United States, which led the Air Force Capabilities Coalition. The Prime Minister confirmed that UK's intend to support the Air Force Capability Coalition earlier this year with basic training, as the UK does not operate the F-16 aircraft. Ukraine has selected to develop the future Air Force around. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's just because what I'm saying is, I'll finish on that. There might be a lot more information that might be very important, right? Why would again, if they need to train, and perhaps if anything, let's touch on building or on everything what's happened when it comes to building their own, if they can. Let's touch on that. Let's try to understand based on historical data, right? And we're taking a look at F-16 fighter. Falcon is multi-role fighting aircraft, so they can potentially serve a number of purposes, right? It has been in service since late 1970s, while it has undergo numerous upgrades and modifications over the years to enhance its capabilities. It's not considered the most cutting-edge technology in terms of modern fighting aircraft. The F-16 is fourth-generation fighters, as the third generation fighters such as F-22 Raptor and F-35 Lightning T are considered more advanced. So there might be more advanced options out there. I don't know what the British are using. I don't know. I don't know. Well, I thought I knew about F-16. There was in movies, so it has to be very old, from my understanding. Perhaps it's worth upgrading those. I don't know what, or it might be more important than everything. I don't know all these details, right? Well, I'm interested in how much one would cost, right? So that's what I'm interested in. So what kind of problems myself or others should be interested in solving, right? So if we're talking about potentially solving large, big problems, right? Uh, so what would be a better way of looking at how to engage and or support a number of different solutions, right? So if one of those fighter jets can cost anything 40 million a pop, so no supercars, what you want to build, right? So if you yourself, you're an engineer, right? What you want to build, supercars, you want to build super jets, what you want to build, right? And we're talking about 50 million a pop, so might as well build those. And we can come back to other issues afterwards. I thought it might be worth taking a look at. There's an article that was recently published. I don't know if it's accurate. I thought I might as well take a look at it. There might be a promo of other organizations and other projects, right? I'm trying to avoid that. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. Perhaps the government is publishing some of those articles. Perhaps I can go in more detail and share some information of government. What companies are doing, who knows, right? Who knows? What I think happened was Turkey was kicked out from the deal where they would be able to purchase some of the cutting edge equipment, including fighter jets. I think I have covered that already, right? So Turkey was kicked out, and now there might be some projects where they're working together, right? And this article was by Bohdan Mirosnikhenko that was published, right? And he perhaps used some of the sources and was translated by Kate Ryan. He Ukraine manufacture engines for Turkish cruise missiles, helicopters, and drones, not only for the iconic. There's a project name, Combat Drone, but also there's a project name and there's another project name. How did the partnership became positive? How it's going despite conflict currently happening, that's worth addressing, right? And we can potentially, I don't know. So this is what's happening within the region, right? There's a lot of questions and perhaps some drama. I'm interested in engineering. That's the only thing myself I'm coming into this, right? The year 2022 provided to be a watershed year for both Ukraine and Turkish aviation. As the Turkish project name range debuted to heavy combat drones, there's the names there. There are the flagships of unmanned aviation. But by the way, perhaps this project, the person who's the lead of this project, he received training in the U.S. By the way, I think that's the person who received training within the U.S. I think it's electric engineering. But either way, let's progress. which created partnership opportunities for and heavily rely on Ukraine's robust engines. So it's just the engine, not necessarily entire project, right? So since it could be breaking apart and some of the parts might be outsourced. These models necessitate 4 times more powerful engines, which Turkish plants cannot currently mass produce. So there might be some capabilities, but again, there's more drama within the article. So what's happening? What I'm trying to understand it is that good that Ukraine is considering manufacturing themselves. I don't know about training, right? And yes, if anything, if you're interested in receiving some training or working together, perhaps we can work together. I'm a no person. And how we can work together when it comes to manufacturing something or coming into some of those projects from engineering, right? Yourself, if you're interested in learning more, have published a course. Within this course, I'm taking a look and looking to introduce as many people as I can with perhaps 12 different points that will be important for many people. And just name the few that would be set targets, how to structure your goals, and if you do not have one to begin having and or put a lot of attention in structuring your budget, that will be very important perhaps for progress from your personal budget into professional budget. Well, a lot of people should focus on that and how they can potentially achieve that. Within this course, I'm sharing a lot of information and I'm taking a look at the different areas, not necessarily limited to those. That's just over an hour of the course, and hopefully, I'm going to be able to share this course with as many people as I can. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. If not, there's going to be a QR code in the corner company's website below. Perhaps I can finish on that, right? And I was trying to find some information online. Now I managed to find, I don't know again if that's reputable sources or anything, right? But it's good. I'm just waiting for them to start or beginning to doing that, since that might be very important. And there might be some projects in the makings, right? And again, we're taking a look perhaps and first generation of what the process can look like, right? And how they are doing it, and that would be some of those perhaps drones and how they can work with those. But again, so if there's just 5 people and you getting those 5 people against 200 engineers, 5 engineers against 500 engineers, so it's very hard. That's what I'm saying. It's very hard. It can be very hard. I'm coming in just from engineer perspective, right? And what kind of problems and how well and how fast. So, what factors do you want to build anything on? How fast you can build it, how many can build it, how expensive it is to build it. It depends, right? And this article was published on December 17th, so this month, right? So it might be accurate information. I don't know. The picture seems perhaps that it's a real picture, right? So there might be some projects in the making, right? Thanks for watching. I'll see you next one.